Hello friends, Kalro School Halol presenting this video for standard 9th English medium subject SS. Friends, we were discussing about chapter number 8. In our video number 1, we already discussed about the previous part of this lesson. So those who hadn't seen that video, firstly go and watch that video. After that you can see this video so that you can understand what is the basic thing in this lesson. So without seeing that video you can't see this video because you will not get particular or exact idea that what is there in this lesson. So today we will start part number 2 of chapter number 8. Basic feature of the constitution. Which are the basic feature of the constitution? The constitution which came into force. On which date constitution came into force? Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. Is considered as the largest, extensive and detailed written document. It is very large and extensive and very detailed written document. Given below the basic and silent feature of it. The basic and silent feature of the constitution are given here. First number feature of the constitution is about it is written document. Okay, what is there? Except Britain and Israel, India along with the other nation of the world have their constitution in written form. Except India, which two countries have written document of the constitution? Britain and Israel. And along with India, now India also have written document of constitution in written form. Considering the social, geographical, diversified circumstances and prehistorical notions, the Constituent Assembly has kept the drafted constitution in written form. This constitution was in which way? The way like a social, geographical, diversified circumstances and prehistorical notion. Everything was drafted into the constitution in written form. So first point is about the feature of the constitution is written document. Number 2, size of the constitution. Okay, which kind of the constitution, what is the size of the constitution? Here given that Indian constitution is divided into 22nd section. There are 22 sections in the constitution of India, comprising 395 articles. There are 395 articles and 8 appendix. Now 12. At the time of the beginning, at the time of the making, there was 8 appendix. Right now 12 appendix. The constitution the constitution comprise provisions for the state administration and the states. Interrelation. Which kind of the comprise provision into the constitution? So Indian constitution provides the state administration, state interrelation, fundamental rights, principle for the politics, judiciary, election commission, government institutions or minority, schedule caste and deprived groups. Everything's situation, everything's basic information were given into the constitution. Therefore, this kind of lots of information given in the constitution of India, therefore it is very largest extensive and detailed written document compared to other constitution. If you are compared to the constitution of the other country, India's constitution is very detailed and the largest among all. Single citizenship. In Indian constitution given a single citizenship. In America dual citizenship is given. In which country dual citizenship is given? There, America. One of United States and of America and another of the citizenship ठीक है. In America, dual citizenship is given, one for United States of America and another for the state citizenship. There are two citizenship in which country? America. But in India, there is only single citizenship. If we are talk about the India, if we are discuss about the India and Indian citizenship, there are only one single citizenship, irrepresentative of any region or state of the country. It is, if you are the citizen of India, if you are living in India, you have just a single one citizenship, that is your particular region in which you are belong to in any part of the country. Only citizens of Jammu and Kashmir, if the person belongs with the Jammu and Kashmir, have dual citizenship. One is for India and another for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The center with strong federal structure. Number 4 is about the center with a strong federal structure. India is a union of a state. Okay, India is a union of state because many of the state were being gathered, and after that our country would be formed. So India is a union of state. There is now here any reference of the word federal in the constitution. The word federal was used as the referral in the constitution. Union of state is in the sentence used for India. If the word used for India, the sentence is used for India, you can use union of state in the sentence for India. By the word union, a permanent or irreversible relationship between union and its component state is indicated. India is a union of state and no state has right to no state has right to schedule it. Thus India is a union of states, yet it has some element of the federal government. Many of the states will get together and India has decided to become a particular union country after gathering every state with each other, and so that's why our government is considered as a federal government. In Indian freedom or Indian Federation, in Indian Federation there are two seats of the government. Number 1 is the union government and number 2 is the state government. The constitution has clearly makes area for the functioning for both kind of the government. In our constitution it should be make a there is a clear classification to rule over the government, whether it is belong with the state or whether it is belong with the union. The constitution demarcates the power of the central and the state government into different list of the subject. The constitution demarcates are given here, which kind of the list of the subject given here. There are 3 types of the list. Number 1 is union list, number 2 is state list, and number 3 is concurrent list. Concurrent list is number 3. Union list is about number 1. Union list is comprise 97 subject. In union list you can see 97 subject of the national importance like defense, foreign affair, atomic energy, banking, railway, communication, post and telegraph. All these things are included in union list. Number 2 is about state list. In state list, how many subjects are there? It comprise 66 subject. The state list comprise of those important subject on which the state legislature house can pass law. In state list comprise means the state lists were made of the important subject in which state and legislative house can pass the law. Okay, subjects like law and order, state government, institution, agriculture and irrigation, health, land, interstate trade and commerce are included. This all these subjects are included in test list. If there is a failure of the law and order in the states, if any person trying to break the rule or break the law in any state, the union government with the consent or against the will of the state can send reserve police force. Okay, after that, concurrent list. Concurrent list means the additional to this, in addition to this list, if you are talk about this list, the constitution provides for a third list. It is called third list. It is called the concurrent list, which consists the subjects of the common concern. Common concern means whatever the matters with belong with the common type of the interference, that is called common concern, both the central and the state government. The central and the state government can pass law on these subjects. Both the government can pass the law on this subject. Which subject? Concurrent list subject. The concurrent list has how many subject? 47 subject. The list includes subject like, which kind of the list include into the concurrent, like a criminal, civil procedure, marriage, divorce, education, economic planning, trade union, etc. Everything was given into the concurrent list. Friends, we discuss about this question will come for the 2 marks. The constitution the state government, different list of the subject. Okay, in constitution the state government, different list of the subject. There are 3 list of the subject. Union list has 97 subject, and which 3 things are included, you have to write down that in that answer. Mention that everything was mentioned here. In state list, how many subject and which things are included, written here. And concurrent list, जिसके अंदर whatever the matters are there, how many subjects, 47 subjects, and whatever the list include in this subject, criminal, civil procedure, marriage, divorce, education, economic planning, trade union, everything you have to write down in the concurrent list. After that, residuary powers, the person who lives in the country, he or she has the power to live in India. Okay, that is called residuary power. The subject which are specifically allotted to the union, state or included into the residuary power. The subject which are not specifically allotted in where union or state, that is called residuary power. Matter that are not included into the division of power, whatever the matter that are not included into the division of power, that is also known as the residuary power. The central government is given power to the legislate on this residuary subject. Financial distribution of resources is done within the union government. Financial distribution, this is the most important line. Financial distribution of the resources is done between union government and state government. It was the authority of both the government, union government as well as state government. Excise and the custom, export, import, income tax, all these major taxes decided by which government? Central government. Okay, this question will come in the exam. Which taxes were decided by the central government? You have to write down that excise and custom, export, import, income tax, all these type of the taxes are decided into central government, while sale tax, revenue tax, entertainment tax, educational tax, which are having merged financial resources, decided by state government. This was decided by the state government. Then after, our next point of discussion is about the unified argument during crisis. Okay, what is there? There are 3 provisions of emergency in Constitution of India. In the time of emergency, which kind of the authority government has? national emergency can be declared. When the national emergency can declare at the time of war, external attack or armed revolution. Number 2 is due to law and order breakdown. If any person or any community or any crowd break the law and order, the state cannot function according to the constitution. At that situation, state could not or state cannot function according to that situation, so constitutional emergency is declared in these two situations. Third situation, due to increase the price, there is monetary value reason that financial emergency is declaration. Is the price rise were held out without any expectation at the time financial emergency is declared there. The central government has been given more power and deal with these emergencies. The central government has a more power. Central government has a power to deal with this kind of the which government has a power to deal with these emergencies? Central government. Which kind of the emergency? National emergency. Okay, after that constitutional emergency, and number 3 is financial emergency. All these things, situations also are given or described here only. At the time of the emergency, India is the almost turned into the unitary system. Indian government can be implemented during this kind of the circumstances, this kind of the emergencies. Parliamentary system. Number 6 point is about the parliamentary system. India has a parliamentary system of the governance. India has a parliamentary system like a governance. In the parliamentary system, if you are talk about the parliamentary system, the parliament is a supreme authority. What is parliament? Parliament is a supreme authority representing people. Parliament representing the people. The legislature at the union is the parliament. The legislature at the union is parliament. The parliament is a bicameral, means it has two houses. Parliament has a two houses that everyone know. Upper house and lower house. Upper house is called Rajya Sabha and lower house is called Lok Sabha. Through the government is carried on the name of the president. If government is running through the name of the president at the union and the government in the state, actual administration is carried by the council of minister. It is very important that the government in the state, actual administration is carried by the council of minister headed by the prime minister. Whenever prime minister will decide, the authority will give the authority to their consult team, that is called council of minister. Prime minister distributed his work among them and they were do as per the command of the prime minister. The union and the chief minister in the state. The council of the minister is responsible. Okay, the council of ministers are responsible to the legislative and comprise representative of the people, because they took the responsibility to run smoothly the administration. So they are only responsible. Council of ministers are responsible for this matter. The president select 12 people. Listen, very important point. President select 12 people who are expert and experienced from the various field for Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha there are 12 people who were very experienced and expert in their particular field. They work for the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, it is called permanent house in which 1/3 member retire every 2 years. See, listen, this is very important lines for the answer. Okay, Rajya Sabha is called permanent house in which 1/3 member retire every 2 years. 1/3 member retire every 2 years, and the same number of the member for election. Thus, each member has a 6 year of the tenure in Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha's working time period for the one particular person is about 6 years. 2 years after that they will be retired. So people are divided into three parts, okay, and they were working for the Rajya Sabha in 2 years and 2 years. This time period is over after 6 years. That is called that is the system to working into the Rajya Sabha. The power of the Rajya Sabha are less compared to the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha's power are more in compared to the Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha is more powerful if we are talking about than Rajya Sabha, which is a special, superior and deceive. Rajya Sabha cannot be completely dissolved. Rajya Sabha, that is, cannot be completely dissolved. Independent and impartial judiciary. Number 7 number point is about independent and impartial judiciary. If we are talking about the constitution has provided the establishment and independent and impartial judiciary. If we are talk about the judiciary which is the responsible to give the justice to the people, whether they were rich or poor. So this is the important. So it must be the characteristic to in which have, that is, impartial judiciary. There is a Supreme Court at the top. We know that Supreme Court in India, Supreme Court, where is it? It is into the New Delhi. So Supreme Court at the top, and thereafter High Court for the every state. Under the judiciary and under the High Court there are district court, district level court we can say, and under district court there are taluka courts, that is work for the local special court. The judgment of the Supreme Court binding to all the subordinate courts of the nation. If once Supreme Court took the decision about any case, everyone must be followed that decision, because it has the authority to give that decision, and everyone must have to obey that decision. In case of the conflict between union and state government, if there is a conflict between union and state government, matter relating to the constitution and interpretation of the state statutes, the final decision is vested with the Supreme Court. If there is any problem or any conflict between the union and state government, in that condition the final decision valid about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the protector of the guideline of the constitution. The Supreme Court is considered as the protector and the guideline of the constitution, because Supreme Court has all kind of the authority to move or to run over the government. After that, 8 number point is about amendment in the constitution. Which kind of the amendment till date now were made by Indian government compared to the other countries. If we are talk about the other countries, it is comparison to the other countries. Constitution of India is a dynamic. Constitution can be amended as when required. Whenever the government thought or government feel that there is a required to change the rules and regulation for the people of India, it could. The constitutional provides can be amended 3 way. In which condition it can be amendment? Here given the condition. Amendment can be made by a simple majority of the member present and voting into the parliament. Okay, majority members can change the can make the amendment through the voting in the parliament. Certain amendment require a special majority. Okay, special majority means 2/3. Okay, majority people can voting. After voting it could be happen. And number 3 is concerning the union state relation to the special majority, that is also about 2/3 2/3, and the concerns not less than 50% as the state legislative is required. So these three condition, these three condition, the government can amendment into the constitution. If there is any amendment to be made into the interrelation between union, if any amendment regarding with the interrelation between union and state government of the supreme judiciary, then half of the state from the total state have give the consent. Judgment of the court can be bring amendment by the parliament. What is there? Judgment of the court is also bring amendment by the parliament. If the parliament thinks that the judgment which is given by the which is given by the court is not properly, they can be amendment. That authority is have to the parliament. There will be change into the basic structure of the constitution. It has a power to change the basic structure of the constitution. Simple majority in parliament can bring change into the amendment of the constitution. That's why the constitution is known as the most inconstant and flexible document. Constitution is known as the inconstant and flexible. Why? Because many time amendment had been, so that the constitution is considered or constitution is we can say that inconstant and flexible document. But certain cases it is not amendable by simple majority. Without majority constant of the state not amendable, then two mixture of both makes the constitution. If the amendment would be, if a government would try to get the amendment into the constitution, they should follow this particular rules and the majority it be must. After that, 9 number point is about universal adult suffrage, that we already discussed previous in this lesson. In India we have system to adult suffrage, okay, which is flexible according to that any citizen. What is the role of the adult suffrage? This question, and all the time this question will ask in the exam, what is the meaning of the adult suffrage? So according to the any citizen who is age above 18 years and above the possession right to vote in the election of the parliament, legislative assembly or local self-government bodies without any discrimination of education, poverty or property and economic standard. If any person who gets over the age of the 18 years, he or she has right to give the vote into the legislative assembly, into the local self-government bodies without any discrimination of the education, property or economic standard. Then after secularism. Secularism is what? Secularism we have discussed earlier about the secularism in the preamble. In preamble we already discussed about the secularism. In Constitution of India has been declared as a secular state. Indian constitution is considered or declared as a secular state. People of different religions reside in India. In the India, the people who are living in India, they follow different religions. Therefore the state cannot discriminate any citizen on the basis of religion. On the basis of religion you cannot, or government cannot discriminate any citizen of the people. No citizen can be given special right or cannot deprived with certain rights. The state has to absolutely impartial and neutral in respect of the religion. If the matter of religion is there, the government should be neutral. Only secular state can offer proper and equal treatment toward all the citizens. So secularism is must be. Why? Because in country like India there are people who follow the different kind of religion. There are many religion and every religion get the equal respect and equal honor. So the secularism is must be the country like India. Secularism means that the state doesn't interfere in the matter of religion on the basis of the special religion. In the state has to secular and indifferent followers of every religion are free to follow and practice their religions of their choice. Means government cannot be forced to any person to follow the religion. Judicial review. Next point is about judicial review. Judicial review is the chief characteristic of the constitution. What is the chief characteristic, main characteristic of the constitution? That is judicial. Judicial review administrators of the working of the union state within the judiciary. Without the irrespective of the powers of the parliament, the constitution has made an effort or harmonize the principle of the judicial review. The parliamentary amendment, external order, ordinance and the judicial judgment are given into the judicial review. And these things are parliamentary amendment, external order and ordinance are the judicial judgment are given by the judicial review. If the court find any indiscrepancy in their external order, ordinance of the judicial judgment can be stopped by declaring them unconstitutional. If judiciary has a power to give the decision to the any crime, to against the any crime or any wrong thing, wrong matter, so that is the importance of the judicial. Fundamental rights and duties. What is the fundamental rights and duties? The fundamental rights are confirmed to the people by India. The Indian government give the rights to the people in who are living into the India, that is called fundamental right. Constitution to live into the dignified life. There just because of the rights which is given by the Indian government, just because of that Indian people can live with the dignified life. The most valuable capital of our country, the most valuable thing of the country is overall development of the nation, which further lies to the fundamental duties and rights. Rights of the right to the constitution, remedies for the children 6 to 14 years age, right to education are also made available. Rights new in the new form of the constitution, remedies is given into the what new form? The children of the 6 to 4 years give the compulsory rights. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, this right to education is working there. So 6 to 14 years compulsory education is given there. After that, 13 number point, directive principle of the state policy. What is the directive principle of the state policy? Here given the information about that. Protection of the people, security and welfare should be carried out by the state. It is state responsibility to carry out the welfare, carried out the security of the people who lived in their particular state. This principle provide the direction for the state governments and policy making. So they are called the directive principle which provides direction to the state governors and making. So that is called directive principle. And last number point is about the provisions for the backward section and tribes, BC, okay, and tribes people, आदिवासी लोगों के लिए जो provision है, what is that provision? The uplift and included backward section and tribes are deprived class into the mainstream. There are specific provision in constitution. In our constitution there are specific rules, specific you can say specific rules for the constitution. In the constitution of India, for this kind of the caste, reserved seat are allowed into the legislature and local self-government bodies. Election, in election they can get reserve seat like the people of SC and ST candidates to provide the representation quota has been provided. Admission in education institution and government job in proportion of their population to provide the equal opportunity, in which three section. First is into the government, second one is into government job, and third one is into the government institution, educational institution. They will get the benefit according to their population and they will get more opportunity to compare with the general category. Children of the backward section and tribes are given scholarship. They also got the scholarship, basic of the amenities and the waivers fees which came under the optimistic politics, and shielding policies are provisions in the constitution. So this kind of the caste were get more and more benefits so that they can come forward and match the world with the modern life. So government was trying to improvisation the life of this kind of the people. Friends, this is our lesson number 8 is over here. This exercise, self study exercise, is given here. You have to write down all this question answer. In spite of that, I will send you to the PDF. That question answer also you have to write down in your notebook. In our next video, we will discuss about the new chapter, new topic. Okay, bye.